Bill, well, you said you went to MIT as an undergraduate.
Yeah.
You want to tell us that experience and sort of how you got into mathematics from those experiences?
Well, so I went to MIT and full of enthusiasm for physics, and I took the standard freshman curriculum, which is an elementary physics course, and that was fine, and elementary chemistry, it was okay for a while. And then a routine calculus course, and then the second term, a rigorous calculus course. And the physics course was fine, except for the lab. I wasn't very good in the lab. Okay, well, and this calculus course was absolutely beautiful. The rigorous calculus course given by Witold Horevich. And so that was really good. Now, I should point out that I had been taught calculus several times by Felix when I was a teenager, but it didn't take. But it did not immunize me from calculus. But then when I saw a real course in it, I was quite pleased with the whole thing. But I was still interested in physics. And then in the sophomore year, it really went to pieces. And I remember the lab was much more difficult, and I couldn't do the dry lab, which I used to do, of course, just writing up the experiment without doing it. And I was just totally incompetent. And then I also had this course in classical mechanics. And suddenly I realized, listening to some of the other students, I realized that I didn't have that thing. The really good students had something called physical intuition, and I did not have it. And the rest of the course somehow was ridiculous. It was matrices and computations, and I was taking a linear algebra course where everything was done beautifully. And there they were in physics, really screwing up everything. And by the end of that course, which I got a C finally, I decided mathematics was for me, no more physics. I really fit in mathematics. I didn't fit in physics.
The other math courses there at MIT that...
Yeah, of course. Then I took a lot more math courses. Yeah. But about that course in classical mechanics, the teacher was Victor Weisskopf, and he gave me a C. And 40 years later, I met him at a birthday party for one of my colleagues. And he walked up to me and said, Browder, and shook my hand. Could he remember 40 years later a student he had given a C to? I couldn't believe it.
What other courses did you take in mathematics?
Well, then I took some modern algebra course, first a linear algebra course.
Who gave them?
First course I took in algebra was given by a man named Cohen, who died at a very young age. And then I took some analysis courses, and then I took a modern algebra course from Iwasawa, and who later became my colleague at Princeton. And I found that very, very charming. It was a very, very beautiful course. And the way he graded the papers appealed to me very much, because instead of putting a grade A, B, C, or D, or giving a number 97 or 35, he drew a pie chart. And so if it was a perfect circle on the top of your paper, it did not mean 0, it meant perfect. And then he would remove a chunk of pie according to how much he felt you'd mistaken. So I thought this was emotionally a much better way to express his opinion of the paper than some artificial number. It was kind of anti-digital, if you want.
What about topology?
Well, I took an introductory topology course from Jerry Waschnitzer, who was later also my... That wasn't very good, but it was it was chaotic. But I learned quite a bit about the mechanics of topology. And then I wrote my senior thesis with Iwasawa, which was a very good experience because he gave me Pontryagin's book to read, Topological Groups, and then assigned me to write a paper. He also gave me a paper on compact rings that some Japanese whose name I don't remember, compact topological rings, and told me to generalize it to locally compact. So I did it and wrote a thesis and a little piece of research and defined what was probably cohomology of some kind, but I didn't know it at the time. So that got me interested in this relationship between algebra and topology. How much more you could say about algebra when you had topology.